This is the Chains of Flame on normal. I'm going to break the normal and hard video up into two videos because this is a little bit of a longer quest and I've got a little bit of a time crunch for something else I need to do. This is a difficult quest to get to from the wilderness, so I'm going to start from the entrance and show you the way I go. I'm going to go on foot rather than horse because I'm hoping that that might, if I go a little bit slower, it might be a little bit easier to see, and also because I won't generate like orange and red alert doing that. So basically I just start off going straight, and then much like the other Knoll quest we ran, when you defeat this Knoll, go up this little hill and then just kind of hang to the left. So this is the general way to get to the area, and we're going to get to a point where there's an opening on the left, and when we get there we're going to take that opening. And here's the opening, and we ran a quest right around there, and now we're going to be going kind of all the way to the end there. So just going to be going straight, and there's a couple of rares up this hill, and I think it's a little easier to go up this hill just from a memory perspective. So I'm going to take this hill approach, even though there's a little more fighting. There are two rares with I believe they have chance. At least one of them has a chance for a name drop. I don't think there's anything we need, but the main reason is I think if you just follow this hill, it's an easier path to remember. And a fair amount of fighting. Once you know the way, you can take the bottom path, which is less fighting. It's just I find the landmarks a little bit easier here. It's a little easier to not get lost going up this hill because it's pretty distinct. And I forget exactly where the their red names are, but they're pretty easy to, you'll find them. I think they're actually straight ahead. So now we go through here, and the hill continues up, right? So we're going to take that. You can go down. I'm going to ignore them, and if they chase me, okay, then I'll deal with them. But you just keep going up this hill the whole way. Going to grab that treasure bag. I don't know if my jump's going to be quite high enough to get up here. So I'm just going to ignore these archers. And then what you want to do is from here, just kind of hang to the right. And we're going to follow this path up. You can see the path up, and it continues. So we're going to follow that path up. Got a few things to take on the way. And so this is a lot just to get to the quest, but it's once you know the way. I mean, I'm a very kind of more of a visual person, so I tend to just kind of go by visual cues, and then my sort of I'll use the map as a reference. All right, so once you're up here, you'll see that bridge. Our destination is to get to that bridge, but the way we get to that bridge is by going under it. And then looping around to get back over. So we're going to jump down here and go under the bridge, and that path up will be where we'll get to from the bridge. eventually all the way up there. Alright, so we're past the bridge, and now we loop around to the left. You know, effectively we're trying to get to that bridge. We're effectively making a U-turn. And it looks kind of like dead-end-ish here, but it's not. So just keep following this path, and it'll loop around. And you know, you can see pretty clearly the path from here. And so we're going to loop around again, kind of go to the left to get to the bridge. Then once you get to this, so when you get here, you'll know you're on the right track. If you don't get onto the bridge, then you can't get to that quest without getting onto this bridge. As far as I know, I should say. I've never found another way. And then just follow this path around. There's a kind of a rare and a explorer off to the right. I'm just going to skip that because it's confusing enough just to find the way without throwing in some explorer options. And I believe a shrine as well if you ever need to use the shrine up there. So there, we're going to skip that. We're going to keep following this path. So kind of a nice view up here. But we want to keep following the path up. And there in the background you can see that bridge that we crossed over there. If you look down, you can see the original crossing that we did. All right, and we're almost to the quest. It's kind of a long hike. I think there's a lot of people that don't run this quest because they don't know the way, or they have trouble finding the way. So once you know it, it's not too bad. So, but I've been in parties where somebody joins the quest and they never even make it to the quest because they can't find it. And of course, in Reaper mode, we can't go out and help them find it. So it's good. I think if you run this on normal, hard, and Reaper, you will know this way very well at that point, and never have to worry about getting lost, and never have a problem joining an LFM without worrying about not being able to get to the quest. So the key thing is just remember that the knoll path, the bridge, going under the bridge, and then looping back around and following the path.
The heat of the desert is incomparable to the sweltering temperature emanating from the burning
Gonna go in on normal. So even on normal, I'm going to give myself and my hireling fire resist because there's a lot of fire in this, but I'm not going to use any other buffs on normal. So when I first started running this quest, which took me a while before I was willing to run this quest, I couldn't do it without following the wiki instructions. I know the way now by memory, but alright, so we make a left here. And so I would suggest using the wiki instructions to make sure to follow this quest. They're very good. I think they take you on a few paths you don't need to go on primarily for a shrine, to use a shrine, but I still think it's a great, write-up.
You are buffeted with gusts of scorching air from this excavated tunnel. The rivers are those of beating wings.
There's a lot of methods in here. And so this quest involves a lot of locked doors and a lot of, finding the boss to beat the keys, to get the keys. So here's the first one. And this quest is pretty long, so you want to make sure you pick up those dropped keys. You want to make sure you pick up these dropped keys because it's, it's a pain to get back to places. And then there's a minimum number of drow that we have to, or a minimum number of slaves that we have to free. So we'll do those. And once you've I forget if it's the 15th or 14th, 15th, 16th, but once you get around this objective, then you're going to get a burning city key from basically the next one. So I'll show you that when we get to it. But we picked up the first key, so we'll be able to now get past the first locked door. So we've passed a total of 2 now that we have to open, and this one will open the first one. So we backtrack to this first door, or second locked door, I should say. There's another one further back. And now we have to get the key that opens the other door, the first door. This is a very strange optional here. There's a dwarf that they're trying to cook.
Looks like the next main course.
And if you have certain skills, you can basically save this dwarf.
Heavy heat.
We'll grab this key. You can kill these archers. When you get up higher, you'll get to them automatically. So I try to just ignore them. Another key. So I grab that so I don't forget. And there's a slave, so we'll clear these guys. Well, hey, that's my second class portable hole. That's awesome. So all of a sudden we're getting class portable hulls. That's wonderful. What we can do with that second class portable hull, we're gonna get another one from Giant Hold. So I always want to have one extra at the end of my life. So if I reincarnate, I can get my inventory space as soon as possible because we get Coin Lord favor really early. So I want to be able to get that as soon as possible. But what this extra one gives me is now I could give a bank character either on my main account or on one of my banking accounts. Getting a little lag here. It's okay now. That's why I'm standing still. It's just getting just a little bit of lag spikes. So anyways, I can give that class portable hull to a banking character either on my main account or on a banking account for more storage space. So first I have to get them to favor. I haven't really done that yet. Well, the only character that's done that is my hardcore character that I plan to transfer over the server. He's got both, but he also has a class portable hull that he got on his own, so he doesn't need it. And so when I get to 30, what I might do is dual box my banking characters to get that Coin Lord and House Kandaric favor. So, and I'll record all of that. I want to do kind of everything I'm going to do with these characters. Lever is locked, so cannot be picked. All right, I'm gonna do. This is my plan B. Actually, it looks like they can't get me right from behind here. So let me try this. Nope. Let me try this. Okay, well, I got it. But the other thing you could do is put your sort of. I mean, they're not doing much damage. It's just it disrupts my attempt to open it. So there's a nasty trap here, but I believe that's only on Epic. Anyways, it wouldn't be so bad for us because we have freedom of movement. All right, that's the door we passed by is a shrine. You could use that, but we could also use that on the way back or just skip it. We'll probably just skip it. So these are guys that were previously sniping us from up top. Let's see if I can free him. Now there's going to be some guys that come out here usually. And we'll come back this way, but first we're going to clear all this stuff here. Now I'm going to clear all this stuff. But you can see if you look down, be careful not to fall down, but if you look down you can see this is the path we came through previously. And these were the guys that were up top sniping at us. And there's a few guys up there, which I think we'll get to eventually. Here's another one we could free. So I'm going to go this way and Headsman Beetle. I think it's the first time we've gotten one of those. We're starting to get higher tier collectibles now. I think last level we got mostly level 3s and some 4s. Very few 2s. I think we only got 2s from the bag. And now we're getting mostly 4s, it seems. Alright, so this is sort of how this quest goes. We're getting sniped from above. But we're gonna deal with those guys when we get to that level. We're not good at range, so we're not going to. We're gonna just take the ignore and
just beyond
Alright,
a
so
locked
this has a
portcullis.
very high DC on a lock. It'll be, if I can get this one, I'll feel pretty good, but I won't feel bad if I don't get it because even rogues don't I'm failing on a 5 or a 6, which I would expect. I really want to see what I get on a 15 or 16. 10, give it one more try. 9. I'll try a few without the. All right, let me wait. Let me try this human versatility one more time. 1, of course, that's a failure. 20 is a failure, so I guess I don't need to try that anymore. Um, I expected to fail that one. That's a very high DC lock. Even, like you need pretty much to be all your ranks in lock, great item, probably skill tomes, probably ability tomes to be able to get that one. So that might be one that we can get, maybe in a future life, but for sure, yeah, 20. If I fail on a 20 with my lock item on and my, I mean that's the only lock that I've ever failed on a 20 before, and it's not surprising, not surprising at all. So let's see if we can get past here. This is a trapped room, and I believe the trap box is on straight ahead. Alright, spinning blades. I'm gonna put my hireling here. I'm just gonna try to go about here. I think this is safe here.
Hear muffled howls and the clatter of
Alright,
arms
so there's a
from the
trap
end of this
box
hallway.
after the trap. If you run in the middle, you won't take much damage, or no damage, probably. Trap box should be up here somewhere. Whoop. There's a key. Always remember to pick up that key because it's very difficult to backtrack in this quest. And remember, because you have to kind of remember where the key was, or go back and check everything. And I'm gonna ignore those archers. So I think we'll get another shot at those archers at a higher level. So the quest, it feels kind of like a maze. It's more linear than it appears. But that wiki is a really great guide when you're first learning this quest.
Heavily muscled minotaur stands behind a crude forge. He looks alarmed by your approach. Does he serve the firebrands by choice?
definitely keeping my Ring of the Mire on for this quest. A lot of archers, and Spear Block 6 means every arrow is doing 6 less damage.
This terrace of the burning city is not as oppressively hot as below. The most powerful firebrands probably.
So this is one of the areas we're getting sniped from above, and the reason that some of them are damaged is our hireling was attacking them a little bit. All right, that's a good sign. There's more bridges. And these are also things that were likely shooting at us earlier. Alright, I'm just going to open this up. It's a bridge that's up. And I'm just going to clear it so they can't snipe at us.
The firebrands have blocked your progress.
It's only needed, that bridge is only really needed to, if we're going to use a shrine. So that's another bridge that was sniping at us earlier.
Of archers ranged along a defensive wall shout rude challenges and insults at your invasion party.
I'm going to open that, but then I think there might be a slave or two around here we can rescue. Back over here, I guess. There he is. Alright, so I'm going to kind of start watching now. Because we're going to get, when we get that magic number, which I think might be not the next one we do, but the one after that, we'll get a message that we're getting a special key, which is the key to effectively to the end area. Alright. Pretty nasty trap. Thinking there's one on this side too for the fire. Nope, I guess it's all connected. Alright, so I'm going to come up here. So this is my 15th. Confront the city rulers. Let's see if I've got a special key or not. Nope, not yet. Let's get that treasure bag. There we go. Alright, so I'm just going to ignore those archers up there. This is just part of this quest. Go in here and we have to get the next key.
The slaves in this place cheer.
Gonna grab that key. And then, so let's see if I get this. When I do this, you obtain a Royal Firebrand key. So that's the key we need for the end area. Let's see if I can unlock this. Failed. Let me get my lock item on. This should be just like a normal DC type. Failed on a 4. Let me try again. See if I can get like a 13 or failed on a 15. I guess I'll pass on it. The DCs are higher here, and that's always been the case, especially that other one. Like we've had full rogues with high trap skills and have not been able to get it. So I thought there's a lever around here that we need to pull. Oh, that's the next area. If you need the shrine, you go through here, and you'll pull a lever on the other side. You go down to the shrine, and then you have to circle back up here. If we don't need the shrine, which is our case, we are going to go back here. We'll probably have to do that on Reaper, but we're going to go back here and
This arcane library
do
reeks of
this.
malice and despair. A
All
halfling
right,
slumps
so
at a low table, unaware of your arrival.
all right, so we've done this. Now we go up here. And we're going to have to fight some ogres. Well, I should say normally. I don't know. Maybe it's not that way on normal. Locked. Let me check. Oh, here we go. So we have to suffer the curse. And so basically you do a remove blindness and a remove curse. You can say I'm blinded here. Now I'll do remove curse, remove blindness, and now we can go fight these guys. So he has a blindness curse, and we took it on for him. And if you have a blindness immunity item, then you wouldn't be blinded there. I had to take a potion, so I'm gonna. These guys are clearly evil. Blinded that poor guy, so should be able to use my divine retribution on them. So three down, one that's phased in, that's phased out. And this is optional here, but we might as well do it. Staff of Inner Sight. I think that's probably a caster staff. Well, it's not bad. Intelligence +6, 2 slots. I think it was really intended as a caster item. I I did not know that this is where that dropped. It's not an item I've ever tried to get before. But back in the day, when that was a new item, 6 was about the highest you can get, below 20. And I think 7 might have been the highest you can get, even at 20. So it was a very, very good item back in the day. So more archers that were sniping at us when we were up, down, lower. So we just keep following this up. There's a trap here. It's a trapped collectible. I think it might be on the other side, so I'm just going to go here and Harley found it. And this is the end area.
You have ascended to the peak of the burning city. General Hruvaya
I don't think
and
there's
his
anything here
vizier
on
Rashad must
heroic.
be close at hand.
So, all right, and then to finish the quest, well, we'll grab the chest first. You take this, and that's it. So I'm going to recall out. I'm going to pause it while I go to the quest giver. Let's see, a fortifying necklace. That's actually not a bad item, but we don't need that. And legendary victory would be great if the guild needed it. So I think I'm just going to grab something light that I could sell, and I'll take the quest again. And then now I'm going to head over to the Afrit again, and use the orb that we got from this quest. So as you can see, it says you obtained an orb of the Djinn. So we got that from the quest giver for giving him the thing that we found from the quest. And click on I believe I have found an object that you seek. I bring the orb to the Djinn, and then you need to talk to him again. Like I talked to him a couple times to make sure I actually have it, but yeah, so now I have against the Demon Queen quest bestowed. So this is a pre-raid. We're only going to be able to run this once, but first I'm going to run this again on hard. But when I finish that, then I'll run that on normal, and we'll be flagged for the raid. So that's it. That is Chains of Flame on normal.